Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
It almost sounded rehearsed.
Almost. I was just
Almost.
waiting for my turn. I just wait.
I was the first one to jump in. That's rare. Normally,
I
wait for you guys.
know. Dawn took charge this
I
time.
know. She's like, fuck these
know.
bitches. I'm going.
I'm
Like,
done now. I feel like that was it. That was my moment, and now
yeah, she's like, have fun for the next hour, guys. I said my piece. Like
Yeah,
that.
people think I'm here now, so that's all
Yeah.
I need to do.
They know I'm here.
now I can ignore, do my own thing.
So how is everyone this week?
Tired.
Good. Yeah, like it's tired. It's fine. That's pretty much. I'm at the point of my tired where I'm like, it's fine. It's fine.
It's the heat. It is
Oh my
like
god.
freaking brutal.
Do you guys know who was in power when the whole world came together to like fix the ozone layer?
That was
Because
the best time.
I would like that. Like that's like big dick energy, and I need that to come back to like maybe help with climate change. Like that'd be nice. Like that's
It's too late now. We
it's
were
not
a
too
better-
late.
like you got to think about the time when that happened though. We were like countries were starting to like be like, gays should be allowed to get married also. Right now people are starting to we're going backwards.
I know we're regressing, and
Yeah.
I think that should not be happening. Like I need you guys to step up. We need smart leaders again.
My favorite trend right now is like everyone going to right wingers and being like, "You're just weird." Like that's weird.
Why are you so weird? I love
Why,
that. I'm gonna
why
say
do
that
you
all the
think of
time.
children's genitals so much? Like that's so weird.
You're
What do you care
so
about grade
weird.
7 volleyball and whether a trans girl decides to play? Like that's weird that you care so much.
It's so
about
weird.
Children's
Yeah,
genitals. That's weird.
that's
Pretty
weird.
weird.
Like if your kid sucks so bad that you need to blame this child for joining the sport, maybe don't pressure your kid into sports. Like it's not for them. Like
But yeah, like like you were saying, it's just
but
the world is fucked. We're all fucked, and it's all thanks
fine.
to
We
20
got
rich
this.
men.
We got
my
this.
God.
We could do better. We will do better. It's fine.
We just need to organize.
Fucking toxic optimism happening right now. It's fine. It'll just work out for the best.
Was that term like compliance, like not toxic compliance? I can't remember what it is, but it's like when you're doing exactly your job and nothing more. Like you're doing exactly what you're told and that's it.
Is that like quiet quitting?
Yeah,
No, they call it quiet quitting because they wanted to media spin it as like the bosses are going to fire you for doing exactly your job.
Yeah.
Like because bosses want you to want to do
more above and beyond for your pay grade. Like
what is that? Work
it has
to
a
order?
term.
When
It's
you're about to
something,
strike and you have to do your bare minimum of your job, it's like fuck. Go to the My Ballot.
Yeah, I'm going.
We need to know
Toxic.
these things.
It was like compliance. Like was it? No. Okay, don't search toxic because it just gives you chemicals.
I can take those.
Not the good chemicals. It's like safety regulations.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Malicious compliance. That's what it's called. When you do exactly what is said of you and nothing more. So a lot of people do that in their jobs, and jobs like to call it quiet quitting because they're like, we're gonna fire you if you do this.
Then fire me. Like, go ahead. I'll get my EI that I've been paying into. Like, it's fine. Do it.
Basically.
Well, have you guys been watching the Olympics?
Yes.
I don't like the Olympics.
Yeah,
So
neither do
no.
I. I literally normally half the time don't notice that it exists.
Yeah.
I silently boycott it. I don't make a fuss about it, but I am against the Olympics.
Yes, it's a terrible. I mean, just talking about climate change, like the Olympics is literally terrible for it. And it's so terrible right now for even people that all the swimmers had to swim in shit-filled water. And like half these Olympians have like day jobs. Like they're not like paid to be Olympians. Like that,
No.
I mean, in most countries, like, well, in capitalist countries like the US, they actually are paying to be Olympians. Like, so it's so bad. But I was just gonna bring up the women's fight, the boxing match that happened. Did you hear about that drama?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The cis
Where
woman against another cis woman, but they keep accusing the one of being trans. Yeah.
I know. And I'm like, guys, you are so like, and they're like, I'm not transphobic, but like, you know, and it's like, you're so transphobic. You're trans investigating a cis woman who's also from a country where if she could like get murdered for being trans. So it's like, you're not even thinking about her safety at all, but you're just like caring that, you know,
bigots don't care like that.
well,
bigots
they're
gonna
making for
bigot.
losers.
my favorite is their reasoning is because she has a genetic whatever that makes her make more testosterone. And it's like, that's literally professional sports.
But like,
Is there genetic differences that make them better? What are you talking about?
Yeah, but there's so many women. It's also a symptom of PCOS that you make more testosterone than many men. Like it
used to be so Serena Williams, like the Williams sisters was another one because you know, if they have big arms, they can't possibly be women. So therefore, I'm gonna be a fucking weirdo. This is why I like that we're calling them weird now, because I've always thought it was weird. I'm like, why do you care so much about strangers' genitals? Like, you think they're not tested and everything before competing? Like, it's the Olympics. God damn it.
No, bigot's just gonna bigot. That's pretty much just like, there's nothing you can do about it. They're just gonna be weird. That's it. They're just gonna be weird.
Call them weird. They hate it because there's not really a defense for it.
Like, why is it weird? God.
Yeah, and they'll be like, I'm not weird. And it's like, okay, what were we just talking about? A stranger's genitals. Like, that's weird.
Like, it's weird. People's sex lives, it's weird. Like,
why do you care so much? Like,
why?
are you questioning? Like, that's totally cool. Like, we can find you information on
that.
that.
Totally support you if you have questions, but like being obsessed is still a little weird. Even if you have questions, it's still weird.
Still weird.
I think the Olympics should not be voted on for what country. I think they should stay where they originated in, Greece. And then, like, that way you're only having those structures always. You're not building new infrastructures. You're not doing all these things that are bad for the environment. And individuals can go to compete. You don't have to, like, represent your country. Or, like, certain countries that are, like, bombing other countries should not be allowed to go.
Oh, thank you. I was like genocidal countries should not be allowed to compete.
No.
Like, why? Like, my favorite thing is there was 7 Palestinian athletes there because 200 of them died in Gaza. Like, like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, okay, you know, like, calm down. Jesus Christ. Like, ugh.
Jessica, what are you drinking?
I am drinking fucking Pabst because I was like, I should start light because I'm going to be drinking all weekend with you later. So.
You could ask me.
What are you drinking?
Coffee. Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, I'm drinking water.
Water!
Because I'm going to be drinking all weekend.
I'm a professional. It's fun.
Yeah, I need a break.
I'm prepping. I'm like, what is it called? I'm just like conditioning my liver, like thinking it's safe.
Detox?
And then I'm going to fuck it up. Like,
you're detoxing. You're like, you want to go into it with a perfectly clean liver.
I'm making it feel safe right now. It's like, yeah, this girl
false
loves
security.
Friday evening. I'm just gonna give it the beating it deserves, and then Sunday, I might die. We'll see.
Sunday.
I will do my best. That's all I can promise.
Woo!
Speaking of coffee, I just need to ask someone to get me another one.
Yeah, no worries.
I wish I had someone to get me coffee.
Oh, I meant to get up, but I didn't. There's like no fucking room.
every day. It's like I meant to get up, but
I didn't. Yeah, no, my whole table here is full of socks. I'm trying to make room for my coffee. All right, let's get this
Thing on the go.
Let's go. Oh, there it is. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah, it's actually funny how the wheel is becoming more visible as we go through the topics.
Coconuts are mammals because they produce milk. Discuss.
And that's fair. I think okay. I think it's funny that we got a coconut question when Kamala Harris that's her whole thing. Is the coconut. Yeah. So funny coincidence. But also they don't produce live babies.
Yeah, they don't. But
they make babies by like
the plant is alive.
Like coconuts. Yeah, so the coconuts are the babies that are producing their own milk.
It's a whole different class of mammal. It's like duckbill platypus. Like they lay eggs, but they have mammalian features, but also like reptilian features. And
I fucking love the platypus. Okay, like it's one of my favorite animals.
It's the most ugliest thing.
It's the autism animal.
I'm like, they're proof that God does not exist. Is like, why? Like, how did this animal mutate in this way? What is the I want to know what its ancestors were.
So, like, something I don't know: do platypuses bone then? Like, the eggs are like fertilized internally, right?
I don't know. I know they lay the eggs.
Yeah. So does Dad come in and like jizz all over them and then walk away?
Okay, hold on.
Because then also mom has nipples, doesn't she? Like
duck. I think it makes milk. Yeah, duckbill platypus fertilization process.
That's good. Like, what do they do? How does this happen?
We're obsessed with genitals too now, right? Like,
okay, but animal genitals—that's a whole profession.
It is. We're still obsessed with genitals, though.
Oh, they're known as water moles. Oh. Okay. That doesn't tell me anything. That just tells me they lay eggs.
Yeah. How are they fertilized? We're weird. It's fine.
No, this is for science.
Yeah.
There's also like, okay, for the trans question, there's also science around that too. You know who burned a lot of that science and put us decades behind? Nazis. So if you're against the trans people, you're siding with Nazis. It's just like now it's just showing me pictures. I don't want pictures.
Fucking like WikiHow.
Okay, when they produce sperm, they take every second. Okay, this is about the chromosomes, but like how? Okay, once the egg and sperm meet, okay, that's cool. Wait,
just
platypus sex. Platypus sex. It says platypus sex. Okay. We're gonna watch a video.
There's a YouTube exclusive.
You know what? If the audio works, I will add it into the regular episode, and you'll just get the audio. But we are watching a video over here.
This is amazing.
Hold on. I'm
so excited.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna switch screens onto the YouTube. Okay, why does the platypus have 10 sex chromosomes? Wait, is that the?
That's
the
same
video. Okay, yes,
okay.
This is the same video. So they have 10 sex chromosomes. So for you transphobes out there about the binary, 10.
There's 10. That's right.
There's 10.
10. Get over it. Don't be
Get
weird.
over it. Let me know if the volume's too loud.
High quality content, editing like a pro, and streaming like a star was as simple
Sorry,
as
it's
hitting
an ad
record.
because I'm not on my
It's just
fucking
that. Riverside
regular.
makes the entire process easy, from recording to editing to streaming,
Not these ads.
without having to jump
Fuck
from
you.
app
You
to
don't
app.
get free
Yeah, so cut this
advertising
out.
on our channel.
That's right. Fuck you.
Sponsor
podcast
us.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a podcast.
Yeah, we don't use Riverside. We're using StreamYard.
So many people hate Riverside. Like they're just like they're so bullshit.
We have issues with StreamYard, but you know what? StreamYard's always been here for us.
That's right. They haven't let us too down.
Yeah,
Like,
like, no more down than I would let us naturally. You know,
exactly. They're like a good friend.
yeah.
like,
This is the longest ad. Oh my
what,
god!
like what is happening?
I pay for YouTube Red. I don't know what ads are on
Oh.
YouTube nowadays.
You know what I think we should do? I should add opinionated lushes to my family plan.
Yeah.
So we don't have commercials. It makes sense.
I feel like I
This
can
is
skip.
longest minute and 35 seconds.
Yeah, I was
Like-
able. Wait. Okay. I skipped. Okay, we're here. We're platypus. Get used to it. Okay.
Say hello to the platypus, one of the strangest animals in the world. It lays eggs, but it isn't a bird. It produces milk, but it has no nipples.
Oh,
it has
no
a skeleton
nipples.
like a
Answered it
reptile,
already.
and it's one of the only venomous mammals on the planet. In addition to all that, it has 5 times as many sex chromosomes as we humans do. Oh yes. Let's talk about platypus sex. First though,
Yeah.
a quick overview of sex chromosomes in humans. Our DNA is organized within 23 pairs of these little wiggly looking things, our chromosomes. One pair constitutes our sex chromosome.
Okay, while we're here, you see how big the X chromosomes are versus the Y chromosome, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so
dominant
new
chromosome.
theory coming out is that Y chromosomes are actually broken X chromosomes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
You start as a woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
exactly. And look, it literally looks like half an X chromosome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's science is already showing that Y chromosomes are actually getting smaller over time. So we might soon just have straight just 1X males. So
chromosomes, which determine the sex we're born as. If both are an X, you're female, and if you have one X and one Y, you're male. When we humans decide to make a baby human, the chromosomes split in order to create a
Is
new
this for kids?
configuration with half.
I think
from
it's
each
no.
parent.
I feel like
egg
the
from
average
mother
person
will
doesn't
have
understand how
23 of
chromosomes
her
work.
46 total
Okay.
chromosomes, including one of the 2 X's from her sex chromosomes. The
Like, I have
sperm
a
from the
fragile
father will
X
have 23 of
genetic
his
condition, which
chromosomes,
only
including either an X
transfers
or
on
a
X
Y.
chromosomes.
When the egg and sperm meet, if the sperm carried an X chromosome,
So
it's
all
a
my
girl.
kids
if
are
it
fucked.
carried a Y, it's a boy. So it's a fairly reasonable mechanism. It doesn't need to get any more complicated than that. But
for it's
it does.
way
Let's return
complicated
to the
than that.
platypus. They
And
have
the
21
platypus
pairs
sex is
of
even
ordinary
more.
chromosomes, plus 5 pairs of sex chromosomes. That's 8 more total sex chromosomes than us. But there are only 2 sexes of platypus, so why? Just why platypus? Like humans, their sex chromosomes are either X or Y. And again, like us, the female will have all X's and the male will have half X's and half Y's. When it comes time
Unless
to
it
make a new
doesn't.
platypus, the
Yeah.
splitting of the
Like-
female sex
like it's not like
chromosome
they're doing
seems
DNA
straightforward enough.
testing.
They only
Yeah.
have X's,
On every
so no
platypus
matter
they
which of
see.
those X's they pass on, 100% will be X's. There are a few caveats here. As you may notice, not all the X chromosomes look the same, but in terms of the percentage split of the X's, there's nothing new here. But with the males, you can see that the sex chromosomes can't be split at random, because then you might get a platypus with 3 Ys and 7 X's, or 1 Y and 9 X's, and so on. So when the male sex chromosomes are forming into sperm, they pay special attention to the order they're in. They start in an alternating chain like this. Then they take every second chromosome. Depending on which
Wait,
one they take
platypus
first,
sperm
they'll
is so
produce
organized.
sperm with 5 X's
Right?
or sperm with
Like, what
5
is
Ys.
happening?
Once the egg and sperm meet, if
Like,
there
they
are 10
talk
X's, it's
about
female.
it? They're
If
like,
there
yeah,
are
they're
5
like,
X's
oh, wait, are you
and
an X
5
or a
Ys,
Y?
It's male.
Oh, you go
There's
after me,
nothing in
bud.
between.
Sorry.
So
Yeah, they're
that's
so
how the
polite.
platypus gets around this strange quirk of genetics. But
Wait,
why is
you're
it like this in
taller.
the
You go
first place?
front.
Do 5 Ys make the male platypus more sexy? Do the enforced combinations of X's and Y's make the platypus more fit for survival? The answer to these questions is no. In fact, having 10 sex chromosomes is a hazard more than anything else.
Poor guy.
190 million years ago, the ancestor of the platypus had a single pair of sex chromosomes.
Like, they can't
like
even
us.
sex
Then,
chromosomes
during a single
correctly.
event of platypus reproduction,
Platypus.
the pair accidentally swapped pieces with an ordinary
Oh,
pair of
no.
chromosomes
Oh,
and
no.
passed the
It
chain of
became
their
a
4
freak of
sex
nature.
chromosomes on to future
It is!
generations.
That's
This happened
literally
again,
why.
making a chain of 6
Oh,
and so on.
no.
This breaking
Poor
and
little
rejoining of
platypi.
chromosomes chromosomes happens all the time. Sometimes the result is unbalanced, which means it'll be harder for the offspring to survive. But the result can also be balanced, which means it'll probably be just as fit as any other platypus and may well pass that mutation through the species. And when these kinds of mutations happen, they can't unhappen. Chromosome breakage occurs at random places, so another break and join won't restore the original pattern. So ultimately, platypuses are stuck with this weird artifact of their evolution. But isn't that just the story of us all? If you'd like to read more about the quirky side of evolution...
Wait, didn't tell us how they're boned.
Thank you, Nova, Science for Curious Minds, but you still didn't answer our question.
Wow. Okay, I'm just gonna
Hey, you
ask.
try, because like I'm looking.
Okay,
How
look.
does the platypus breed?
Do platypus bone to make babies? After mating, a female will lay 1 to 3 eggs following a 21 days digestion period. She then incubates the eggs for possibly 10 days.
Okay, that's good, because I also saw breeding takes place between late winter and early spring, from July to October. So they're fucking boning right now. In the water, with males using their poison spurs to deliver a painful dose of poison to their rivals.
Terrible. Oh
As
no.
part of their courtship ritual, females carry bundles of wet leaves to their incubation chamber at the end of their burrow and plug the tunnel with soil.
And then the males try to breed with as many females as possible.
So their males are just poisoning each other and fucking women.
Yeah, that's not what it is. It's just like I feel like it's like if you think of like paintball, right? And then like you're just like the women are off in like their little huts, and like the men are off like with their paintball. And like if you get shot, you have to wait like 2 minutes before you can go play again. So like, and then he just goes bones that one, and then he's out back in the field. And then if you like get shot, you gotta again wait for 2 minutes, and someone else gets in there.
I don't know why like bro podcasts aren't using this. Okay?
Right? Like the platypus should
like,
be their
you just
mascot.
you just poison your opponent, guy. What, you're a short bra? You're a short king? That's fine. That's fine. You just poke out your spur, poison the guy. You got 5 minutes. You good.
That's it. But just run. Just fucking 2. That's it. 3 pumps. Bam, bam, bam. Done. Go to the next one.
Like it's like with people like Elon Musk, like it's not even about like having sex with women anymore. It's just about breeding. So you just go, yeah, you just poison the guy, fuck his girlfriend.
Well, yeah.
As long as you come, no condom, she's fine.
That's fine. She's
You
fine.
just breed, man.
Who also did that? The hut, something, the hut, the
Kangaskhan.
yeah, he fucking sexed everybody. Like always.
And he killed a lot of his opponents. So
right. He didn't even poison them. He just went,
yeah, he was just like, I'm a fucking platypus. Don't fuck with me.
Right. Fucking platypus. And then he just went.
Oh, no. I'm gonna write this like in my book and make the person a platypus. Just be like, I'm a platypus.
Like fucking
Poisons people and fucks everything.
Yeah, and the women are just like building nests. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
just
know.
like, I'm just
Yeah.
making a nice home for my baby. There's nothing I can do with my 10 X chromosomes. 10 X's telling me I'm weak. Like,
So in that
Just
logic, a
the girl.
coconut cannot be a mammal because it doesn't bone. Is that like the big?
okay, wait. Did it say that platypi bone?
They do. They mate.
They fucking bone. Okay, then yeah. I guess what coconuts are is child labor.
Okay.
Because the
Yeah.
children are having to make their own milk and shit. Are the
That's-
parents the trees?
I'm
then?
assuming. Yeah. The parents would be the. Although
So they're all
trees do
single
kind of
parent.
bone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all single parent trees with like five kids. I don't know how many.
They're
coconuts
not
a
single
coconut tree
parents. Like
makes.
trees mate by like pollen and stuff.
Yeah, but who's like caring for the kids in the situation? You
It's
know,
a fucking tree.
the host tree.
Well,
Not
no
the
one,
tree that boned.
it's not like the female tree grows it, and then gets rid of them because they fall to the ground or somebody picks it. And then the children rot around the mother to feed the mother.
She's like, no, no, my baby, I wasn't ready to.
Fuck this. Like, drop.
It's like a sad story. She's just watching her child die. She can't do anything about it.
It's like fade away into like compost. Just like, oh. But it's okay. Sometimes it grows into its own tree.
Sometimes, like, you're having like hundreds of coconut babies and watching like half of them die and half of them get taken to be eaten in the hopes that one fucking makes it. And like, look at you, little tree.
Go. I think the coconut part is the tree. It's I
have no idea how a coconut works. I went to Florida once because my aunt lives there. And once she picked a fucking coconut, picked it from like her backyard, and she's like, "Do you want to try some?" And I was like, "I like coconut and like macaroon shit, you know, like I guess, sure." And then she like fucking sticks a straw in it, and I'm like, "What?" Okay, she's like, "Well, you gotta drink the milk first," and I was like, and I did not enjoy it. It was not for me.
Yeah, and like the like fruit or whatever it's called, flesh, the coconut flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like, see, more of a mammal. It has flesh. All right, so a coconut tree grows from a single seed, which is the entire coconut, taking between 3 and 8 years to bear fruit, and it will live between 60 and 100 years.
Wait, so they just wait? I never thought about this with trees. So wait a minute. Trees have lifespans? Like, I thought they just live forever if you take care of them.
No.
Then how do you get these like 500-year-old trees?
Because there's a kind of trees that live forever. Well, they don't live forever,
so there
but
is trees that live forever. So
they can die.
Because
I know they can die. I know trees can die, but it's like I didn't think they would just like have a lifespan. You know, like I know like humans can live to be at 100, but like 100 is not the average lifespan. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I could see like 100 for a tree being the average lifespan because humans are terrible. But like how long would that tree live if it was like taken care of naturally?
Like a domestic tree?
Yeah, I guess like just making sure like it's fed, watered, and taken care of all the time, you know? Like trees hibernate and shit, but like how do you know like it doesn't just like die of old age? Like I feel like plants never died of old age. Like they just live until they're not getting their resources.
Most of it. I'm gonna find out the average lifespan of different trees, okay?
Because you could like cut down a tree and see how many rings it has, and that gave you like the average age of a tree. I know some plants, like some flowers, die in winter and then they don't come back, but that's because it's winter. They died. But if they were in like their habitable habitat, how long would they live? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's the average
of old age.
They do. The average lifespan of a tree is 300 to 400 years. In general, trees live from 30 years to 2,000 years, according to their species, for an average tree lifespan of 300 to 400 years.
Okay,
there is oldest tree in the world is more than 5,000 years old, and many species of trees live well beyond 2,000 years. Well, some species, like the willow trees, only live for about 30 years.
Okay, according to Scientific American and handsongardening.com, trees can die of old age in theory, but in practice is limited by environmental factors. So,
like humans.
Yeah. But like trees can, however, form genetic clones which can outlive their parent and therefore, in a sense, live forever. So that's one reason it's counting that they live forever, because they're all genetic clones. Like
fucking clones.
Because trees can like mate with themselves. So like this coconut tree is watching some of her children live and then hoping some of her children die and watching some of her children live in the hopes to then create more children with those children to keep.
Trees are incest. Alive. I don't know what to tell you. They don't care about that stuff.
I feel like if you live for thousands of years, like eventually it leads with incest anyway. You're like, fuck it. Like it's like I'm a tree, I'm a clone. Like they all look like me. I don't know.
Is it incest if it's you? What is
I've asked-
self-incest?
I've asked this
talked about
question because
before.
like if you have a clone of yourself and you have sex, is it masturbating?
Yeah, we've discussed this before.
Yeah.
Like what? See,
What's the distinction here?
I don't know.
I
But,
guess
like,
it's
since they're boning, they are mammals.
but they're not boning
Since
because
they're masturbating, they're
but
mammals.
they're outside, like their outsides are touching, but it's not internal. It's not like their fertilizations are touching internally. They're not like
Sex is
rubbing
more
together.
than penetration.
not mammal sex. What defines mammalian sex?
There's like foreplay, there's oral, there's all different kinds that count as sex.
We talked about this. Anything besides penetration is romance.
That's right. Last episode. No,
Yeah.
not the last. Not from here. We're recording a few episodes ahead.
Okay, what's
We're
in
in the
my okay,
future.
I can't say freaking sex because then they're like, you mean the chromosomes? I'm like, no, I mean the fucking pornographic version, guys.
Intercourse.
Say
Yeah,
intercourse.
Well, intercourse is okay. Copulation, that's what
There
it's
you
called.
go.
Yeah.
These fucking science words.
It's when a male introduces sperm into the female's body, especially directly into her reproductive tract. So copulation is what mammals do.
Mammals do. All right. So that's
so
0
they have
points for the
to
coconut.
yeah, so they don't have to like bang it out, but the sperm is introduced into the female's body.
Okay, so that way they're not mammals,
Okay.
but they grow hair
They do
And they-
grow hair. It's
and they
fucking
have
weird.
meat.
Okay, again, maybe that's why I don't like coconut, because is coconut a fruit?
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
It
there you
is.
go. Ugh. I can sense it. I'm like, fruit, gross, disgusting.
Yeah. Oh my god. When the kids were younger, we would send coconut to school with them, and the teacher like, no, it's nuts. There's nut allergies. Just because the name is fucking coconut, like nut in the name, does not mean it's a nut. Like,
Peanuts aren't even nuts. They're like legumes or whatever.
yeah, but they like kids are super allergic to those bullshits. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I understand. But that's what I'm saying. Like they like whenever they say like nuts, they have to say peanuts separately because
yeah,
peanuts
peanuts and
Peanut
nuts.
and other nuts.
yeah,
Yeah.
like because it's not
tree
a
nuts.
nut. Yeah.
Yeah, peanuts and tree nuts. A walnut, even though it has the word name nut and it comes from a tree, does not make it a tree nut. See, it nuts, so it's a mammal.
Okay, this is like okay, I love science and I think science is great and I trust science and I think scientists are way smarter than me. But also science kind of sucks because it's always like here's all of what we view a category of whatever is based on what we know, but also here's the exceptions.
Yeah.
It's like,
The English
okay.
language. Here's the exceptions.
It's like, well, how am I supposed to argue this if there's like exceptions? But that's Earth.
And it's always changing.
Yeah.
Like, I like that, but I hate it at the same time. Like, I'll be like so confident about information, but it changed 10 years ago and I didn't update. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm always like, let me Google it first. Like, I could be wrong. I'm always like, I could be wrong. That's my first sense. I could be wrong. I heard
Yeah.
about it before. Let me
Yeah.
let me check.
I'm
Let me read
okay
the
with being
update.
wrong. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I like 10 years ago, this information was correct to me. And if you're correcting me now and you're telling me, no, like it changed. Now it's this, like, I like, okay, yeah. And then I'll look into it because I need to know. Like, it's fine.
Which I feel like is the problem with the generation before us. Because
Maybe. Yeah.
that's their issue is they just don't want to learn new information, I think.
They don't.
But the information was there. The information they're fighting us on now was already there. Like,
Well,
it's been around for a while.
yeah, a lot of it's been around for a while, but not when they were in that same life circumstance. So like when I had kids, the information was obviously there. That's how I learned my information. But for my mom, when she had kids, the information was different. And so like my mom would like tell me shit all the time. And like she'd be like, oh, he's constipated, just give him water. I'm like, dude, he's 2 months old. Like I'm breastfeeding. Like I'm not gonna give him water. Like that's not advised, especially if you're breastfeeding. If you're formula feeding, it's a little different because formula has more fat. Like there's like so much information there. But it's like the fact that I had to like argue with my mom about what to feed my infant child because she refused to like re-look it up, because back when she was that age, like, and had a child, that was what she was told to do. It's like I find a lot of Gen Xers do that. That's why they argue so much online nowadays.
Yeah.
They never Google. They don't know how to Google. They're like, no, I saw it in a meme, actually.
Fucking the Facebook. And with the AI images and everything, they're just like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. Like, oh.
They get fooled so much. Like the generation that told me to watch internet safety is the generation fooled by fucking AI.
That's why they were like, internet safety. And then now there's a reason they were like, internet safety.
Well, it's like my stepdad. Okay, he doesn't listen to this podcast, so that's fine. Not stepdad. Sorry, father-in-law. I don't know why I call him my father-in-law.
That'd be weird.
Recently, had a scare where he almost got scammed because he clicked a link he shouldn't have, and almost lost all his money. Like, luckily, all of his accounts automatically froze. But he's like upper middle management, you know, so he makes a decent amount and he's like geared to retire. So like that was a huge scare for him.
Yeah.
And all he could do was say how the one time my husband almost got like scammed online when he was a teenager. And I'm like, okay, but he's not getting scammed online as like a 60-plus-year-old man. Like I don't, like one was a child.
Yeah.
Like I know you're trying to do that to make yourself feel better, but you should recognize that you're like
a grown-ass man.
Yeah, grown-ass man shitting on a child. Like,
yeah.
It's like, guys, like, come on. Like, age
don't be
matters.
Weird. Yeah.
Could he vote? No? Okay. Like, it's fair. He's allowed to get scammed if he's under 18. I feel like that's normal.
Did you hear? There was like this company where like an AI voice changer, video changer thing, where it was like the boss of the company telling the one worker to send millions of dollars of the company money to this other company. And like,
I did not hear about that.
Like, because like the deep fake, like it was on the morning show news and everything. I don't have more information because my brain doesn't work anymore, but like it was like in Japan or something where and then like the like boss is like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, you told me to send this money and he didn't. So like, yeah, it was like a big thing.
I got an email once. Okay. You know what? This is personal. Fuck it. Okay. Maybe I'll make this a soundbite. Once I was masturbating and I was watching porn on my laptop and I didn't think, I was like, whatever, right? And then literally a week later, I got an email that was like, I have a video of you masturbating. And I was like, what a coincidence, because I was. And then it was like, send me so much Bitcoin or whatever to this, blah, blah. And I was like, or I'll send it to like all your family and friends. And I was like, it's not the best angle of me, but you know, like they can choose not to watch.
Like I don't have Bitcoin. Like,
yeah. So I was just like, send it. Maybe I'll ask for tips. They never did. Nothing happened out of it. Maybe I can find the email. I didn't delete it. I like kept it. I was like,
did they send you the video?
Did they send links. There was links, like a link to like the video and stuff, and I'm not clicking shit.
Oh
like,
yeah, no, you don't click links.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know, this could be it. Like I was like, what a coincidence. I rarely watch porn, and the one time I do with my laptop, you know, like this is why Snowden puts tape over his like camera lenses when he's not using it, you know? Like I didn't think, I was like, whatever, it's my laptop, whatever, there's a camera built in. But yeah, so I never paid them. So if anyone gets my masturbate, it's not pretty. It was not like I wasn't trying to be sexy. I wasn't I wasn't acting. Like this is just for me. Like I'm drooling a little, like it's not, you know. So yeah, I never told anyone about it because I was like, okay, well, I'll bring it up if people are like, hey, I got a video of you. Then I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it. But I was like, I'm not gonna preemptively
tell people, like
yeah.
But like at this point in life, if people don't know that you're masturbating, that's on them. Like I feel like if you're in the dark about what people do, that's your own problem.
If I got a video of one of my friends or family members masturbating, I have the option to not watch it. You know what I mean? Like, I figure I'll see a thumbnail or like the first 2 seconds, I'll know what's going on, and then I'll just shut it off or keep watching, depending on who it is.
I don't know what's happening. Like, yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know how to stop it. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, what's happening? Yeah.
I never thought to try that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great angle. Like that's smart. Like that looks comfortable.
Right? Yeah. Like I want to know how other people do it. Like I feel like masturbating is something I don't get to see other people do much of. Sex, yeah, but like, Anyways, so that was the time I almost got scammed. Coconuts.
They don't get scammed, so they're not mammals.
Do you think they masturbate? Like, is that what like tree sex is? It's just like mutual masturbation.
No, the pollen gets into the flower.
So,
yeah, but the
masturbation, but then like the dude spider, you know, like and like lands on her, but then it sneaks its way in.
Yeah, like literally sometimes. Yeah, like they're not like fucking. Yeah. So, like sometimes maybe. I'm like it could just be like,
well, I don't think the female's masturbating ever. Then it's just there. Having fun.
Just dropping an egg.
It's just there
She's
for
just
the show.
There while the guy's just like,
yeah,
open up.
Yeah. Since we
Women don't get any fun.
Yeah, no, never. It's like a whole species of like, or no, what is it? The pig? The pig gets like a 30-minute orgasm.
Snails get like 2 hours.
Who's monitoring these things? Where is funding coming from?
I know they don't fund women's health. Like we're just learning more about endometriosis, but they're like, no, we need to know how long a pig's orgasm is.
Yeah, like fuck. Reproductive health for women is absolutely obsolete, but we know the pig orgasms for 30 minutes. Oh,
I was like gonna think like, did anyone study like plant orgasms? Like,
well, we found out that they do feel pain, sort of. They alert other plants.
Yeah,
they alert other plants when shit's happening.
So do they orgasm?
So are they having a good time too? I don't know.
Because I was gonna say, take a test for the female plant orgasm. See if they are masters.
Are you saying you're gonna start like jerking off trees? It's like, what is first it's the bulls, now it's the trees. Jessica,
I know what I'm good at, okay?
You're just fucking offering handies to everything. You just walking down the street, a fucking like crossing walk. You're like, I got you.
As long as I can measure it for science or make money off of it, I'm good.
Like it's not prostitution because like it's for science.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, like doing hand jobs for science. Yeah, knowledge is the payment.
I'm trying to get funding from the government.
You're walking down the street with like a sign. I'm trying to get hand job funding. Can I give you one?
I'm like, dude, guys, you don't understand.
I want to know the average. I just don't know what the average is, but I need to know the average.
Yeah, like well, that's most sciences, right? Averages, law of averages.
Yeah, you don't even know what you're averaging. You just need to know an average. This is for science.
So for like, do you like masturbate 10 different plants then to get the average?
No, so for an average, you would need a way larger like testing.
You need at least like 1,000.
Yeah, you need a minimum is 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of plants.
You're like gonna have like Popeye forearms by the end of it. Like,
hey, if I get fit by it, that's just like better.
Bonus?
Yeah, like that's just like a bonus. I was just Googling.
You should start getting like those like squeeze ball, like the stress balls, just to like start strengthening. Just to be like, I got this. Get a good grip. Yeah. You need to like test your grips.
Oh no. Okay. In the Journal of Ethnographic Theory, Volume 9, Number 2, Autumn 2019. So I can't see the full article because it's in a journal and you have to pay for that stuff. But the title is Climaxing in Other Ways in Other Places from Plant Spasms to Psychopomp Pillows. So I guess this is being studied.
Okay, so a lot of scientists will, if you email them, they will send you the journal, like what they.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, I used to do that all the time for university.
Save it. Opinion Lushes. We'll email the scientist, and we will let you know.
Well, just keep asking me. Well, like, how do plants fuck? Like, I was wondering, do like some plants probably do it like different ways. I mean, there's those meat eating plants, right?
Yeah. I think most plants are. I think if you flower, it's a pollen thing.
Okay, so do meat eating plants flower?
Yes.
I just know they eat bugs.
They flower
like Venus traps, right?
Yeah, and like bushes, like things that grow back, but like potatoes, they don't fuck. You have to plant them in the ground. They don't get fertilized or anything. They just reproduce with their roots. They self-reproduce.
How did the first potato start then?
I don't know.
Potato or the seed? I mean, classic question.
Right? Like, was it the chicken or the egg? I don't know. But like also the broccoli and what is it? Brussels sprouts and another thing were originally all the same plant, but scientists.
It was Brussels sprouts, broccoli. I know what you're talking about.
And you need seeds for those. You use the seeds now to like.
We've cloned so many plants and seeds and shit to the point
easier, like so we can survive. Mistakes were made.
We decided to do it for profit.
Yeah, I think like Kyle talked about like helping the trees bone by like getting pollen from one flower to another flower with a paintbrush. So sometimes humans have to do it to like sex the trees themselves.
That's literally how we learned about genetics. Some like monk or whatever, like some religious guy was like, hey, I got this greenhouse and these plants. I wonder what would happen if I put like those long stem plants with the short stem plants. And he was like fucking around. And then he did like this for like 4 generations of plants and fucking wrote all his shit down. And that's why we know about genetic stuff. He was like the one that was like, wow, we can like grow plant. Like he was the one that first measured it. Humans like always had that, like we were like knew what to do, but like we weren't scientifically measuring it until that guy did.
You know what guy I hate? Fucking hate the guy is the guy that made the cotton candy grapes and refuses to let the seeds stay in them so people can make their own cotton candy grapes. Fuck you, guy. Fuck you.
Capitalism. Also, it was Gregor Mendel. That was his name. That's why we have those Mendel genetic charts so we can tell where our eyes color came from. But yeah, like fucking I've never actually had the cotton candy grapes. I've heard about them, but I never see them in store when I rarely shop anyway.
They're like $10 for a tiny handful.
Yeah, they are. They're
I mean, to be fair, that's
ridiculous.
all fruit nowadays, but like I understand.
Yeah. But like he's like one of the only people, and he's like keeping all his notes like secret.
That's why though, because the
Yeah.
minute fucking Loblaws guy gets his hand on cotton candy grapes and he
He
can
has
make
his
his
hand in it.
own.
He sells
yeah.
them to Loblaws guy. Like
Yeah,
You have to
which
buy it
means
from the
Loblaws
Yeah.
is paying for them.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
minute No Frills can release their No Frills cotton candy grapes, we're fucked.
Yeah.
You gotta protect your IP.
Oh, fucking grapes.
I know, great. Coconuts. We're just talking about all the fruit. I feel like fruit's had to get me the past couple weeks. I mentioned I don't like fruit once, and it becomes like a big thing every week.
It's like part of you now.
Yeah.
it's your identifier.
Put it on my profile. Like, I don't like fruit.
Fucking hate
Fruit
it.
hater.
It's not your fault.
So I think there's more to the side of not a mammal
Yeah.
for the coconut. There's lots of mammal traits, but you have to fight for them. So, like
I think it's just a freak. It's another freak in nature, another exception, another kind of weird thing that shares too many traits with too many classes.
I have to go.
That's
So,
fine.
yeah.
So we're ending
Yeah.
now.
Yes. I'll let the rest of you finish. I'll talk to everybody next week. Bye.
Okay. Well, I guess we've finished talking about everything to do with a coconut. Oh my god. I have
Yep.
learned so much this episode. Well, I want to once again thank our VIP Patreon, Stephanie Hurst, who has a book actually coming out October 18th, in which you can pre-order. And I will put that pre-order link in the description because Stephanie Hurst is, of course, a VIP Patreon, so she gets a shout out here and special treatment. If you want a shout out here and special treatment from us, just become a VIP Patreon at $20 a month on our Patreon. But you can get you can join as little as $2, but at the $5 tier, you get access to our extra video and audio content, such as our pre-drink series and our react series. So we have hundreds of hours of episodes on our Patreon that again you can get as low as the $5 tier. Thank you all so much for listening and watching and doing whatever. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, rate wherever you are. Tell your friends about us because it's hard out here. As you can see, Sonia had to leave because she has a fucking job. Make it so we don't have
Damn her.
jobs, please. We want this to be our job. We have dreams. And I will see you all next time. Bye.
Good night.